I had the dream again. I'm in that luminescent purple room. I'm looking around and I'm in that same blue dress, the short bob haircut. My skin is really pale and my hands are clammy. I look around this room and it's like I'm viciously looking for something, but I'm not moving. It's like my spirit is moving around the room, but I can't find this thing that I've been longing to find. I move to this corner of the purple luminescent dream world, and then the movement just stops. I come down to look for it. I turn my head slowly. And then I woke up Sunday in a bit of a blur. I decided that I would go and do my favorite thing on a Sunday morning, Luigi's. I arrived at Luigi's and decided that I would get my usual, a glass of champagne. I looked around at all of the happy people. Their lives were so normal and plain. I don't see how people can actually live like that, considering how unusual and disturbing my life is. As I look around at them, I think of how simple it must be just to be normal. I'm a therapist with a lot of problems of my own. I tend to have this judgment over people, like when I look at a couple eating dinner, I can spot out the little tweaks that the girl doesn't like about the guy and why the girl is mad at that guy and how stupid that guy must be. I also look at sisters and brothers and think about how much they love each other and how much they can depend on each other and if that's even real, what kind of phobias they must have. It's sometimes nice to be a certified therapist because you can easily spot out who you don't want to hang out with and who you do want to hang out with. But I have to think about what a weirdo I must be, that old lady in the corner drinking a lonely glass of champagne on a Sunday morning, and what they must think of me. So, I sat there and finished my glass of lonely champagne. I've always loved Smallworlds. I love the scenery, I love the people, I love the games, I love the art. I especially love the films. When I was done with my lonely glass of champagne, I decided to take a walk around the garden. So beautiful, so perfect. Just seeing all of the perfect little things that they've put into Smallworlds makes me a little bit happy and makes me feel a little bit more perfect. I guess being in a game, it's a little bit inhuman sometimes. I feel like I'm not a part of anything. Helping other people makes me feel like I am someone. I have a patient, Princeton. Being in this wide open space that I am right now, he would probably freak out. He has something called agoraphobia, fear of wide open spaces. He's also a narcissist. A narcissistic agoraphobic, I guess would be the correct term. I mean, I should know, right? He needs help. And I don't know if I can help him. His daughter, Monksy, they don't talk, and I guess I can see why. He hasn't exactly been the best father. Rather than tell you myself, I guess I could give you a little bit of a peek at what our last session was about. I haven't stopped thinking about it since we ended it.
Nobody gets it. They just don't get it. If I was supposed to apologize to someone for not talking to them for a few years, I think that's kind of ridiculous. I think she doesn't want to talk to me. What am I supposed to do for her to get her to talk to me? I've done all I can do. I've said all I can say. I don't think it's right. You know, I've tried everything I possibly could, and she won't even talk to me.
Princeton, it's time you and Monksy tried to work out your differences, and I'm going to call her. Okay? I'm going to try and set up a meeting with her. I think that this has gone too far for too long. You haven't seen each other in 10 years, and that's a little bit ridiculous. To have a healthy, normal father and daughter relationship, you have to work things out. I am going to talk to Monksy and see if we can arrange a meeting. Whether you like it or not, this is the only way we can move on. Okay. Princeton agreed. Monksy and I decided to meet at Scoops. I walked into Scoops, hoping that she would be there. I didn't see anyone. I was so nervous I couldn't decide where to sit, so I picked the seat farthest back from all of the normal people as per usual. And then I waited for this Monksy that I had heard so much about, hoping that maybe she would show up, and I was rather excited for Princeton. And there she was. She came in and searched for a seat. When I first saw her, I thought of how much she resembled Princeton. I think she knew exactly where I was, even though she had never seen me before. She just came in and sat down right beside me. And then I had a long, serious talk with a stranger that I had never, ever even met before. And here's exactly what she said.
Well, it's really nice to meet you. I've read a lot about you in the news. Elizabeth Dagger, the great miracle worker therapist. The point is, let's make this quick. I haven't seen my dad since I was 12, and that's too long. And as much as mad as I am at my dad, I really don't like holding grudges, and especially against my own family. So, I'll meet him. Thank you.
I was elated that Monksy even wanted to see her dad again. It was definitely a time for change, and I was so ready for that after all that they had been through. I couldn't wait until the confrontation. Now, I don't know what's going to happen, but I think it's going to be a start. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens next, I guess. And until then, I'll see you guys later. I'm Elizabeth Dagger, Miracle Therapist. Bye.